Some people wear the same lucky socks to every exam. Others can't pass a mirror without looking at themselves or change their path when they see a black cat. At first, these habits may seem harmless or even funny, but underneath them is something deeper. People with lower reasoning skills often cling to superstition instead of real cause and effect. Psychologists say these people tend to turn random coincidences into permanent patterns. If one day they wore those socks and got a good grade, the brain links those two events together. But a rational thinker would ask, was it really the socks that made the difference? Sleep is another example. Some people brag about surviving on just 4 hours of sleep. I barely sleep, but I'm full of energy. Science says otherwise. Studies show that lack of sleep seriously damages decision-making, memory, and focus. Just one sleepless night affects the brain like alcohol. People with poor reasoning often see sleep as a waste of time, while smart people see their brain as their most valuable asset and protect it with proper rest. Some people can't be alone. The TV must be on, music playing, people around. Silence feels unbearable. This isn't just about being social. It shows the brain can't stand its own thoughts. Smart people use alone time to think, create, observe. But a brain that constantly needs stimulation feels lost when left with itself. Even conversations reveal these mental differences. Some talk for hours but say nothing meaningful about the weather, the traffic, what they had for lunch. Shallow, surface-level talk. People stuck in these loops usually have little interest in analyzing or questioning things. Smart people, on the other hand, are curious. They love learning, thinking, discussing. If all you can say is, "Wow, is it Friday already?" maybe you really don't have much to say. Then there are those who look confident but actually know very little. They have an opinion about everything, always ready with a comeback. But when you dig deeper, there's nothing there. This is one of the clearest signs of low intelligence. Truly smart people admit when they don't know something. They ask questions, they seek to learn. But those who know little often pretend they know a lot. Psychologists call this the Dunning-Kruger effect. The less people know, the more they think they know. Some people just follow instructions blindly, even if the directions make no sense, like when building IKEA furniture and the screw is floating in the air. They keep going because the manual says so. When plans clash with reality, these people bend reality to fit the plan instead of questioning the plan. Smart people observe, test, improvise if needed. Blindly following rules is basically choosing not to think. Believing in conspiracy theories is another sign of a lack of critical thinking. The flat earth, microchips and vaccines, your destiny changing based on the position of the planets, these ideas may sound crazy, but millions of people believe them. Simple answers are often more appealing than complex truths. Smart people don't believe everything they hear. They question, they check the source. Being unable to adapt to change is another sign. Some people cling so tightly to their routines and beliefs that they reject anything new. "This is how I've always done it," is their motto. But life changes. Smart people adapt. They update their thinking. Giving into instant gratification is another trap for those with lower reasoning skills. Grabbing junk food instead of cooking a healthy meal, maxing out the credit card instead of saving, scrolling social media instead of focusing on work, all show a brain chasing short-term pleasure instead of long-term rewards. Smart people know how to wait. They sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term goals. Some people don't really listen. They interrupt, focus on what they'll say next, or just pretend to listen. This isn't just rude, it's mental laziness. Listening is the first step to learning. Smart people know they can learn something from anyone, but those who don't listen aren't interested in learning anyway. Immediately saying, That's stupid to a new idea is also dangerous. Cutting it off before even thinking about it means you're avoiding the effort of thinking. Smart people don't accept every idea, but they at least listen and evaluate. Spending hours watching TV or scrolling TikTok and saying, "I'm relaxing," is another modern intelligence test. Entertainment is fine, but constant passive consumption kills your brain's potential. Smart people balance entertainment with learning, creating, exploring. Blindly following trends is another sign. A new style appears. Everyone wears the same thing, listens to the same music, copies the same trend. Never asking, do I actually like this? Shows you're just going with the herd. And of course, the gamers who play for years but still make the same mistakes every match. Then blame their team or the internet. Spending time doesn't mean progress. Smart players watch, analyze, build strategy. Not improving is proof that the time was wasted. Put all this together, and you see that intelligence isn't just measured by school tests or IQ scores. It shows up in how we think, what habits we build, and how we make decisions. These are the common traps people with lower reasoning skills fall into. Realizing them is the first step toward change, because thinking patterns can be rewired, and maybe most importantly, truly smart people never shout, "I'm smart." They just think, question, and keep learning.